What? No, hang on. Hello friends, my name is Emily, I'm the Bi, and here are some books off of my bookshelf. Someone told me that June is still happening, which seems against all odds, but June is Pride Month, and since we're all still supposed to be social distancing, please be doing that. We can't really gather for any Pride style events, so I decided, given all of that during the month of June, I was only gonna read queer books. Because fuck it, life is literally too short, and I just want to read stuff that's gonna make me happy. Or at least feel recognized. So my May TBR was ambitious, and I think that my June TBR is probably also ambitious, but I have put some comics on that TBR, and for the most part, everything will be queer. I do have one nonfiction book that isn't queer that I'm going to be reading throughout the month of June. I don't know that I'll actually finish it, so shrug emoji, but that book is Story Genius, which was written by Lisa Crone. This is a book about outlining novels that I've been recommended a couple of times when I asked for recommendations on books about outlining novels, because I understand how to outline a TV show and a movie, but despite the fact that I used to write prose, I wasn't particularly good at it during the time that I was doing it, or organized. That's actually more, well, I probably wasn't good either, but I wasn't particularly organized. And now, as a writer, I'm much more organized, but I don't know how people go about plotting books. So I wanted to read a book about that, and this is the one people recommended. I'm trying to write a romance novel. We'll see. On to the books that I'm trying to read during the month of June. I'll start with the comics. Okay, so the first comic I've been wanting to read for a while, and it's Isabel Greenberg's The 100 Nights of Hero, which is absolutely gorgeous, and I'm very excited to read it. I think it is a retelling based on the title and all of the things I've heard about it, a kind of retelling of 1001 Arabian Nights, but what if it's gay? And that, my friends, is enough for me. I'm also going to read Noelle Stevenson's memoir in pictures, which is The Fire Never Goes Out, which I'm extremely excited about, have been excited about for a while. I really love Noelle Stevenson, and it has some of her old art and kind of the transition period into her new art. She is a wonderful queer illustrator who also show-ran the She-Ra reboot on Netflix, which actually just ended and I am nowhere near caught up, but boy do I know that spoiler. And guess what, buddies? It's gay as hell. Maybe I'll finally finish season 1 and watch the rest of She-Ra, since it's both over and extremely gay. That sounds like a good June plan. All right, the next book I'm planning on reading is Cameron Esposito's memoir, which is called Save Yourself. I actually won this in a Goodreads giveaway, which I too was shocked about, but I'm extremely excited about it. I won right before the kind of isolation stuff happened, so I wasn't sure when it was gonna get here, but it got here, I don't know, late April? I want to say. So it's kind of been sitting around, but I've been saving it for June because I knew that I wanted to read it both while I was reading a bunch of queer stuff, but also I think in tandem with Noelle Stevenson's book, which are both memoirs from lesbian women, and I'm just very excited about both of them. So let's move on to fiction because there's a bit here. So God, okay, so I'm going to read, just holding them like, ooh, which one do I talk about? Savannah Brown's young adult book, The Truth About Keeping Secrets. This book has been on my radar for a while. I became a fan of Savannah Brown last year, within the last year and a half, and she is a YouTuber who was a poet first. She self-published her first poetry collection. She made a really, really good video that I will link down below about the production of that and self-publishing poetry and what it was like for her as a university student doing that for the first time. And that was just an insanely informative video, but she also makes really cool existential videos that just hit me right in the emotions. She's also stunning. So I'm just like, wow, my crush is real. This book has a sapphic main character, and I'm extremely excited about reading a queer murder mystery. I truly do not know, but it's a mystery thing, and I think she's working on the sequel right now, and I've been very excited about it for a very long time, and it's finally in my hands, and I'm going to read it during June. Thank you very much. Another book that has been on my wish list forever, I've been eyeing it for a very long time, is E.K. Johnson's That Inevitable Victorian Thing. I don't know if this is actually a contemporary retelling or just a general retelling of Queen Victoria and her whole life, but it is queer, it has a polyamorous triad, and I'm very excited about it. I've heard good things. And then as soon as it came out, I ordered Casey Callender's Felix Ever After. I don't know that much about the plot other than I believe it's sort of a romance coming of age story, which I'm very excited about, and it has been staring at me from my bookshelf since I bought it, because I bought it knowing I was going to read it in June and just having to clench my fist and wait. I'm so excited. I ended up ordering this from Ripped Bodice to support one of my local indie bookstores, and with it I also bought The Lady's Guide to Celestial Mechanics by Olivia Waithe, which I've heard nothing but good things about. It is a sapphic love story period piece, and I'm excited. It's teeny tiny because it's like a mass paperback romance, but queer, which fucking never happens. So I'm excited to pop into this. I'm not sure if I'm actually gonna get to it in June, but it just makes me happy to own it at the very least. I also have a bunch of other queer books that I may kind of grab from my bookshelf, but I'm not really planning on grabbing any of them unless I finish all of these pretty quickly, which you never know, might actually happen. But besides randomly grabbing books off of my bookshelf, I am hoping to get to one of these books that I borrowed from Megan. One of them is The Price of Salt by Patricia Highsmith, and then the other is Carol Rivka Brunt's Tell the Wolves I'm Home. So I borrowed both of these from my best friend Megan. I'm hoping to get to one or both of them. Dream big, Emily. I'm also finally going to read Burn Our Bodies Down by Rory Power. I was going to read it during the month of May and then realized, actually, you should just read it during June, because I don't think it comes out until July. Megan also has a NetGalley copy of it, so I think we actually might buddy read this. I have been a fucking live wire about this book and the fact that I have it but haven't started it. I'm also going to try to read Fun Home by Alison Bechdel, which I have a digital copy of. I'm not sure if I will get to it, and I probably should have included it in the graphic novels, but this is me looking at my Kindle, so there you go. I almost forgot. I'm also going to reread Kay Ancrum's The Wicker King. Be Still My Heart. I'm going to read the novella from the Wicker King universe, which is The Legend of the Golden Raven, also by Kay Ancrum, obviously, which I have a digital copy of. Can't wait, very excited. Haven't actually read that one yet. And then I'm also going to read by Kay Ancrum The Weight of the Stars. So excited about this book. I can get it from Libby. I mean, I'm going to buy a copy of it because I know I'm going to love it. And it's also set in the same universe as The Wicker King, which no one told me until fairly recently. And I am alive with the power of it. I'm also planning on rereading Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston, and I'm also planning to buddy read another book with Megan, but it's going to be extremely mood-based, so we haven't decided what it is yet. At any rate, my June reading is going to be extremely queer, and I'm very excited about it.